What's going on, Genius Nation? Welcome to a brand new day, a day that you've never seen before, a day that you will never see again. Wherever you are in the world, I hope your day is started out amazing. Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will, and as always, super excited that you're joining us on this journey. This is episode 126 that we've been showing up every single day, consistently connecting with you to share with you tips, tools, and strategies to help you become a better version of yourself and create the life that you love. If you're watching this outside of our Facebook group, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about Genius Nation. It's our private Facebook group of over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming a better version of themselves and creating a life that they love. If that sounds like something you are interested in, there is a link. There's a link in the description for you to join our thriving Genius Nation community. Click the link after you finish watching this video and become part of Genius Nation. For those of you that are joining us live, I always appreciate you. For those of you that are watching the replay, I appreciate you as well. So on Thursdays, we do a segment called Think Bigger, and I like to profile an individual that is doing it big. And so today we have the amazing Cathy Hughes. Cathy Hughes is one of the most prominent radio entrepreneurs literally in the world. If you're not familiar with Cathy Hughes, please, after watching this, go do your research on Cathy Hughes. Cathy Hughes is an African-American woman who has built the number one African-American radio station conglomerate in the United States. And she has just such a fascinating story. I had the pleasure of listening to her live about a year ago at a conference, and you talk about a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of courage. Just hearing her story about building her business earlier on in her life as a teenager. She ended up getting pregnant. Her mom kicked her out. This started her out on her journey of entrepreneurship. She tells a story of the early days when she was building her radio business. Radio One is the name of it, and she also owns TV One. And she tells this amazing story of the early days of when she was building out her business, that she literally lived with her son in the radio station. Like, she had nowhere else to live. And as she was building her business, they literally lived in the radio station. And she tells the story of how her employees just thought she was so dedicated. They would see her there early in the morning, and they were thinking that she was just coming into the office early in the morning, and they were thinking that she was just staying late at night after they would leave. They did not know she was actually living in the radio station. They just thought she was so dedicated. And then in 1999, she took her company public, and she became the first African-American woman to head a company on the stock market, on the NASDAQ. And so she is a very inspirational individual. Once again, I challenge you, after watching this, write it down in your notes to go look her up. She is a phenomenal story of triumph, of courage, of dedication, and once again, of thinking bigger. She's doing all of this at a time, women, I don't know if you know this, in America, not until the 70s were women even allowed to have a checking account by themselves. Like, if they didn't have a husband or some man to come and open up a checking account for them, they couldn't have a checking account. And so she's doing all of this magnificent work, building her business under this type of obstacles. And so you can imagine being a African American, but being an African American woman, the challenges she faced. And so if you can have the opportunity to read up on her, read her biography, it's amazing. I just think about listening to her live, like I said, a couple of years ago. And, it's very rare where you get to see people that have built something of that magnitude and come face to face with them and hear live the struggles, the journey. And so it's so inspirational. I look at people like Cathy Hughes, and when I think I'm having a challenging day, or when I don't think I could keep going, I like to lean on inspiration like Cathy Hughes. I like to lean on her stories. And I often tell myself, Will, if Cathy Hughes could do it in the 60s and 70s under that type of scrutiny, under those types of obstacles, certainly you could keep going, and certainly you can keep pushing. And so it's just a matter of mindset, right? That thinking big. And I remember her talking, they asked her, did you ever think you weren't going to win? And she said, it was never an option for me not to win. I had my young son, and I needed to prove to him that anything was possible. And so when you approach anything you're doing with that type of energy, that type of mindset, that the only option is for you to win, you are going to win. And so that's our profile for today. That's our Think Bigger segment. Cathy Hughes, a phenomenal entrepreneur, a phenomenal lesson in determination, a phenomenal woman indeed. So if you have some time today or this week, look up Cathy Hughes. I'm certain that you will be encouraged by her story. All right, guys, thank you. Go out there and be your brilliant, amazing, genius selves. Make somebody smile as well as making yourself smile. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the Daily Genius. Go out there and have an amazing day.